Sylvanus Osoro stood and said that the government has never lost, and he also reinstated that for that reason the finance bill presented them. You are voted by the members of South Mugirango to lower the cost of living, but it is quite unfortunate. Manyatta hoye! Manyatta hoye! Thank you very much. It is another fine morning. We thank God for the gift of life, and for that reason you cannot remain in your house and end up sleeping hungry. Personally, I owe the people of Kenya, I owe my fellow citizens, I owe my fellow low-income earners an obligation of protecting and fighting for the betterment of their lives in this nation called Kenya. To start with, it is quite unfortunate that Kenyan citizens, Kenyan taxpayers, majority of them don't know when we talk about taxes. Kenyan citizens, majority of them don't know when we address the issue of the high cost of living, especially the small children who just rely upon their parents to feed, to get school fees, to get medication, and what have you. Now, for the few who might not be aware of the kinds of taxes that were taxed by the country, we have types like the income tax, we also have the rental income tax, we have the excise duty, we also have the agents revenue duty, amongst others. Let me not waste a lot of time to mention all of them. We have key taxes that are actually affecting us. You may have your mother who is selling tomatoes today, and you are claiming that after all you are not paying tax because you are not employed by the government of Kenya. You are a liar. Once you can stand up in the morning and go to the shop to purchase bread, once you can go to the market to purchase vegetable, you are already a taxpayer of this country called Kenya. Sasa usituambie kwamba wewe hutoi ushuru kwa sababu hujaandikwa. Wewe umejiandika kwa sababu pengine hatuoni ukilala njaa, kwa sababu unaenda mjengo, hiyo mjengo unatoa tax. So that is what we are referring to it as value added tax, because this is the tax that you are deducted by the government when you purchase a commodity, especially the one that you consume directly. Now, on the same note, yesterday, while Mr. Duale, Adan Duale, was addressing or rather was launching his book, the book entitled what? For the Record. You remember that book? Yes. One Saudi Mugirango member of parliament, I'm talking about a young man of my age by the name Sylvanus Osoro. Sylvanus Osoro stood up and arrogantly stated that the government has never lost. Shame on you, Mr. Osoro, because people on the ground are the ones who understand whether the government ever loses or not. Kenyan voters are the ones who can understand better whether the government loses or it does not. So you are voted by the members of the public of Saudi Mugirango to represent them. You are voted by the members of Saudi Mugirango to lower the cost of living. But it is quite unfortunate that you, Mr. Sylvanus Osoro, who is also the chief whip, the majority chief whip in the house, can stand before your bosses. Okay, I was addressing one Mr. Sylvanus Osoro. For the few who may not know who Sylvanus Osoro is, this is a young man from Bushland. He is also the majority chief whip in the National Assembly. It is quite unfortunate that People of South Mugirango voted Sylvanus Osoro to go in the House and represent their interests. But yesterday, while one Aden Duale was launching his book for the record, and in attendance was President Ruto, Sylvanus Osoro stood and said that the government has never lost. And he also reinstated that for that reason, the finance bill 2023 must pass. I want to remind Mr. Sylvanus Osoro that you are elected to fight for your people, not only in Gusuland, but the whole Kenya. Youths of this country are looking upon you. It is quite unfortunate that you can stand and just stampingly tell the people on television that the bill is going to sail through. Shame on you, because as youth we expect the livelihoods of the citizens of Kenya to improve, and young people like you are the ones that we are actually looking upon.